So the 21st of June this year sees the start of the Summer Art Weeks, which run up until the 6th of July. Now, these are run by Warwickshire Open Studios, and I'm delighted to be sat actually in Springboard Studios next to the art room down on the ground floor of Royal Priors today with a director of Warwickshire Open Studios, Jeanette George. Jeanette, welcome to Life in Lem.
Hi there.
The Summer Art Weeks, I think they've been going about a quarter of a century now, haven't they? Give us a little sense of what they're all about.
Yes, so the very, very first event was held in 2000. So yes, it's our 25th birthday this year. And the sort of original premise was that artists opened their studios, hence Warwickshire Open Studios. And what it allowed was visitors to come in, meet the artists, look at how they produce their work, got the real insight into that, understood their motivations, their inspirations, and then got to view the finished artwork as well with the opportunity to buy. Alongside studios, we then have other pop-up exhibitions in church halls, in cafes, in people's houses. We've got a barn this year. We've had canal boats in the past. It really is an opportunity to get out there and see all these wonderful local artists. So we've got 350 or more artists taking part at 115 venues across the region.
Wow, 115 venues, that's a lot. I must ask, has anyone managed to tour all the venues in Summer Arts Weeks?
Not in a single year, no. I did once have a conversation with somebody and I think she ticked off 30 plus, but nobody I think's ever got around. I don't think physically you would have the time.
So there's a challenge out there if anyone fancies taking that up. So the venues, whereabouts are they? Give us a sense of geographically where they lie.
So we are spread across Coventry and Warwickshire. So the very furthest north is sort of North Coventry up near the M6, across to Rugby, and then all the way down to Shipston and down near the south side of the county, Stratford. Over near, we've got one near Studley and Redditch over that way. So it really is, you can find venues all across the area. There's a handy map that's you can pick up as a flyer, or if you go to the website warwickshireopenstudios.org, there's an interactive map there where you can see the whole region. You can select by date, you can select by art form. So say you have a particular interest in, say, ceramics, you can pull up on the map all the ceramic venues and work your way around that way.
Terrific, huge selection. And for those that are based in Leamington specifically, roughly how many different venues would you say are, off the top of your head, without looking at your map, we won't check you, how many venues would be in walking distance of the centre of town, would you say?
Oh, I mean, Leamington is where there's a real cluster of artists. I think across the whole of Leamington town, there's about 40 venues, but within walking distance of town, sort of, I don't know, there must be a good 20 venues.
Right, so if I fancied going and visiting one of those venues in Leamington, say, and it's between the 21st of June and the 6th of July when it's happening, do I just rock up, or how does that, do I need to book a slot? How does that work?
Yeah, well, not every venue is open every day, so first you need to check if there's a particular venue, either in our brochure or on the website. There's all the opening times. And then opening times and dates, but then no, you don't need to reserve, you don't need to book, you just arrive, and often they've got an open door policy, or they knock on the door, but they will have some signage out the front, so it is obvious which are the venues. And then just come in, and it's up to you. You can either have a nice chat with the artists, or just wander around in peaceful. Often there's a cup of tea and a piece of cake on offer as well. So and certainly I know our venue, we welcome families with kids. Dogs are welcome, but not all venues for that. But there is. Just walk around. Some of them are in more public spaces. So in that little loop around Leamington, there's a group exhibiting in the Glass House, in the studio there. You've got the lodge at the end of the Jefferson Gardens, which is obviously a gallery all year round, so you can go in there. We also have the Pump Rooms Gallery as part of the venue, so you can go and see that publicly owned space. So warm welcome everywhere. You can just pop along at any point.
And is there a charge to participate?
There's no charge for visitors. Every venue is free to enter. That's one of the underlying principles of the event, that venues have to be free to enter. Obviously, if you're buying work, then yes, there's a charge, but no. And what we do encourage is anybody who's got an interest in art, whether you're interested in buying any piece, it is a really good chance to get out there and talk to artists. We actively encourage kids who are doing perhaps art GCSE or art A level to go and have a wander around, because you go to a gallery and it's very rare you get the chance to actually speak to the artist. But at Open Studios, you've got the artwork there. There's often little demos. You can speak directly and get your own inspiration for your own pieces.
Lovely. So, for instance, if you were interested in ceramics, as you mentioned earlier on, you could pick some ceramics places from the map or from the website, and not just go and look at ceramic art, but actually get an insight into the process behind its creation.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got a fantastic venue over in Warwick, so not so far from Leamington. That is a cluster of ceramicists. I think there's 6 or 7 at that venue, and they all do different processes. So yeah, have a look in the thing. We've got jewellers, we've got printmakers, we've got textile artists, we've got traditional painters, we've got contemporary painters, we've got multimedia artists. There's a real, if it's visual art forms, willow weavers, all sorts going on. What I would also say is, if you follow us on social media, so that's at Warwickshire Open Studios on both Insta and Facebook, there you will actually get a real flavour of the sort of artwork, particularly on the Instagram feed. We're currently sharing pieces of all our artists' work.
If someone's a budding artist and they go, actually, this is lovely, I would love somehow to participate myself, not this year, I guess it's too late for this year, but in future years, what should they do?
So the website's the best starting point. There's a Get Involved section, and the thing about Warwickshire Open Studios is it's non-selective, so you don't apply to take part. If you want to take part, you can. And we actively encourage developing artists to get involved. We also have a bursary scheme which launches normally each year in November, so keep an eye out for that. And that is where new artists, we support them financially and also mentor support to sort of progress their journey. Because it can be quite daunting. You can have been in isolation producing your artwork, but actually to take that next step, it's how you market yourself, it's how you prepare yourself to display your work, because you will have to do prep work. If you've got pictures, you're going to have to get them framed and that sort of thing. So yeah, there's lots of ways of getting involved as an early developing artist, as well as if you're a professional artist who's been selling your work for 20, 30 years.
So this is a terrific resource, not just for people that are interested in art and want to go and look at some, experience some, meet the artist, but also for people that want to develop themselves as artists. This is a really powerful way of them achieving that.
It is, and another service we offer is sort of artist and venue matching. So our Connect service allows artists, because not everybody can exhibit from their home, not everybody has the space or the confidence either to do that, but what we do is we have some venues that are group venues that allow people perhaps for a shortened time, maybe a long weekend, and it's about linking up and networking them to do that.
Fantastic. Jeanette, thank you so much for giving us an insight into the Summer Arts Weeks. They sound like they're going to be terrific fun, and I hope they're a superb success. And here's to the 26th year when it comes around next year.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.